for you with another Quarantip to continue this great series started by Omri. And I want to first thank Omri for coming up with this great idea, and I'm very happy to continue it and give you some more tips for your quarantine, time. And I'm sure some of you guys have much more time actually now to get deeper into music, maybe like play a bit more of your instrument, compose a little bit, whatever. So the topic I want to talk about today is some ways to alter major chords and make them sound a bit different. Get some more colors, and I'm sure you guys already sing these types of chords in some of the charts, and you play them if you're like guitar players or pianists, keyboard players. So we're going to talk about three types of chord, two types of sus chords, which is sus4 and sus2. We're going to talk about the differences between those two, and also talk about a ninth chord, which is a little bit different actually than a sus chord. So first of all, what is a sus chord? A sus chord is actually, let's actually go backward, and just like I'm gonna play a major chord, a C major chord here, which is combined out of three notes. It's the root note, in this case it's a C, and then the third note of the major scale. In this case it's an E, so C, D is the second, and E is the third. And then the fifth note of the major scale, so C, D, E, F is the fourth, and G is the fifth. C, E, and G. The root note, the third, and the fifth. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that third note and I'm going to replace it with another note. I'm going to start with the taking that third note half step up. So I get actually the fourth note of the scale, F, so C, D, E, F, and I have now this sus4 chord, C sus4, which is combined of C, F, and G, rather than C, E, and G. So again, I took that C major and I took the third note, the E, I took it up half step, I replaced the third note with the fourth note of the scale, and I got this sus chord. Now notice that this sus chord has no 3, which is important to understand because it's part of why it has this particular sound, that it's a little bit more open and maybe not rootless, but it's kind of like more, it has a little bit less ground, it's a little bit less groundy, or obviously it's hard to describe, but that's the sound instead of a major chord. So I just see it as an open sound, kind of. Now, what I can also do is take again that third note, and actually instead of replacing it with the fourth note, I can replace it with the second note of the scale. So I'm going to have to take that third note 2 half steps down, and I'm going to get this chord, which is C, D, and G, to create a C sus2 chord. So again, C major, C sus4, and C sus2. Now let's just hear the sus2 versus the sus4. Sus2, sus4. So you can see both sounds are a little bit, they share this quality of an openness, and it lacks actually that note, the third note, that actually determines whether a chord is a major or a minor. So we kind of left with a chord that is neither, doesn't have this type of identity, major or minor. Is somewhere in another world or something like that. So sus4, sus2. All right, now for the guitarists here who wonder how to play this chord in other ways. So let's just take another key, and we're gonna go, for example, now to D. And here is that D chord that you all know how to play, kind of like the basic shape of D on the guitar. And I'm gonna first check where is my third note within this position, and in this case it's down here, up, but down physically here on the guitar on the first string. It is this F sharp, and I'm gonna just do the same. So take this F sharp up half a step, replace it with a G basically, and this is a D sus4, which I'm sure you've you've all played, and another chord that I'm sure you've all played. If I just take this F sharp down 2 half steps, so keep the first string open, and I'm get the D sus2. So D sus2, D sus4, and just D major. Let's also look at another. So I can also do it here in F and take that third note up to create a sus chord, or take the third note A in this case down to create a sus2 chord, sus4, sus2. Another way to play it in a bar chord is here. So playing this C chord in this case, or I can actually start, here in this C chord, and I can take now this note where the pinky presses down, and I take this note up half step to the fourth. There is C sus chord, sus4 in a bar chord, and lift the pinky up actually to take that E note down 2 semitones to get a C sus2. And this is a movable chord that I can take to wherever I want on the fretboard, to F, to E flat. I can also get it here on the A, so it's an open position, A sus4, and A sus2. Great! So another type of chord that I want to talk about is the ninth chord. And what's most important to understand in terms of the ninth chord is that it's a type of chord, unlike the sus chords. In the ninth chord, we do have the third note in the chord. So we're gonna have, I'm going back to C now, we're gonna have the 1, 3, and 5 as in a major chord, C major chord, and I'm gonna add the ninth note on top. Now what is that ninth note? Actually is basically the same note as the second note of the scale, but an octave up. So C, D is the 2, E, F, G, A, B, C is the 8th note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is again the 1, an octave up, and 9 is the D again. So it's the same note as the 2, an octave up. This is why sometimes there's a confusion between a sus2 and a 9. But what again, the important point is that in a ninth chord, we're still gonna have the third note. So in this case, it's definitely a major chord. It's not like a chord that is neither major nor minor. It's definitely a major chord with the addition of that ninth note. And here it is, C9, and I'm gonna play another chord, another 9 chord, for example here, an F9. So this is an F major, and I'm gonna take this higher F of the chord and take it up 2 semitones to add that 9th note. F9. So just an F, a triad of an F, 1, 3, 5, and 9. So these are 2 ways to play 9 chord, and I also can take this C9 and take it, for example, up to a movable, sort of a movable position, a movable shape. I can get it here. So contain basically the same thing and move it all up 2 frets to D, which will require me to use also the index finger here. It's a little bit stretchy, but it's possible, and this is something that I can also take as long as I don't hit actually the first string. I can take these 4 notes and to different places on the fretboard. So F, F9, G9, whatever, E flat. Now, for the last thing I'm going to show is let's see the difference between a 9th chord and a sus2 chord. So I'm going to play now. Let's take D, and I'm going to play that D9 chord. So a triad of D, D, F sharp, A, and E. And now I'm going to play D sus2, which is a chord without the F sharp. It's going to only have D, A, and E. I'm going to play it here. In this case, I have the 1, 5, 1, 2, and 5, but the point is I don't have the 3. So this is the sus2 chord without the 3, and the 9th chord with the 3. Listen to the difference. Again, this is a major chord with a 9, and this is a sus chord, sus2. So I hope this was clear, and if it's not, if you still have questions, you are very welcome to just text me or actually post those questions in a group, in the WhatsApp group, so we can actually discuss them together. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon. Stay healthy.